Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the live crypto trading room. Today is March 21st, 2024, and we've got a lot to talk about. Evidence is coming to light that the Ethereum Foundation has received inquiries from an as yet undisclosed government agency. There is some kind of rumors flying around that lots of Ethereum related projects are getting inquiries from SEC related entities, with kind of the idea being that the SEC wants to classify Ethereum as security. And this coming at the same time as we get pretty much a complete sentiment shift on the upcoming Ethereum Bitcoin ratio. We're going to cover that. The Ethereum Bitcoin ratio, is Ethereum a better relative value trade than Bitcoin moving forward into this bull market? We're also going to be covering the latest Bitcoin technical analysis, on-chain analysis, and fundamentals. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss anything. If you enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe. Smash the like button like it is. Smash the like button as if it was the doxed USDT address of a known rug puller. That's how hard I want you to hit that like button, guys. And let's get carried on right along with this. All right, we'll start off as we always do. Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. Not much has changed. Just to give you guys an idea of exactly where we're at. We are still holding weekly long swing positions, although we have peeled a little bit of profit off due to redlined volatility. The only signal that our strategy is waiting on right now is waiting for the RSI to cross underneath the signal line to be confirming that the bullish trend has temporarily abated or subsided, and to close those weekly swings out. But for now, we are, of course, open to the idea that price could continue to evolve. We are, of course, open to the idea that the bullish trend can, of course, resume. We have kind of hit and miss statistics on, if we reanalyze like past breaking out of previous all-time highs. And to highlight this, let's just actually go back and look, because, who am I to tell you that something is data without actually showing you? Now, we can even go back and analyze the very first breakout of the all-time high. So here we have the all-time high at the very beginning of Bitcoin's price discovery back in 2011. And we can see that in 2012, price comes up, clears the all-time high, has a big 50% pullback, and then we go sideways for several months until we eventually break out. And this pattern right here, this kind of this consolidation above a bullish moving average into a breakout, is the primary kind of setup that we look for as traders. This is the way that I teach to trade. This is the primary way to look for. We look for a range consolidation. We wait for volatility crush, and then we trade the resulting breakout. And we tend to trade kind of large in that direction. That's our methodology for success. So we do have rejection and significant pullback the very first attempt. When we come look at the next more mature rally, in 2016, the 2017 rally, of course, we have the bear market. We have the high of the market in 2013 at about $1,165. Price consolidates for a very long time. And if we look over here, we can see that the first attempt on it does result in about a 30% rejection. The second attempt on it does result in about a 30% correction. And then we finally muster up the strength to get nice and broken out above it. All right. So 2 out of 2 examples so far where we do pull back significantly upon breaking the all-time high. And then we have the most recent example breaking out in 2021. As you can see, we do hit the all-time high. We do have a bit of a pullback, about a 13% pullback, and then we basically just go sideways for 3 weeks before breaking out. All right, so not a significant one there. And here we have the next breakout where we have broken out, traded slightly above, and we've pretty much just gone sideways now for 2 weeks. All right, so this certainly is looking more like time will only tell. Of course, we do need to be safe and protected here. At the same time, we also need to keep our positions open to allowing winners to run. So weekly swing positions are still held open. I'm okay missing. If the setup presents itself, if I feel very confident about the setup, I will look to maybe take a big short swing out of this. But honestly, guys, that has been very unsuccessful for me throughout this rally. And so, I want to make sure that I am being true to my discipline, the way that I trade, and giving you guys kind of the correct analysis and advice that I think is going to behoove you. So overall, I would be less greedy about like making a bunch of money shorting BTC down from this high, unless that is something that you've really tested, specialized in, traded. Making money on shorts in cryptocurrency in a bull market is a very difficult task. Making money on shorting in a bear market couldn't be easier. All right, totally fine. Wait until, you know, prices below that weekly 21, weekly 55, and short away, right? You can pretty much see anytime we trade below the weekly 55, prices go down very, you know, pretty significantly, with few exceptions, so just waiting for that on the weekly time frame, waiting for that bearishness on the weekly time frame. You know, below the 21 EMA on the weekly, you know, not so clear, right? That's the buy zone. That's the bullish EMA cluster where we typically want to buy. So yeah, pullback targets, of course, we could see the EMA 21 coming in at about $50,000. We see our EMA 55 coming in at 39,000. I don't think we're going to get down there, of course, but I do think we could get down to 55.50 on a pullback. Completely normal, completely natural. Going over to the daily time frame on BTC. All right, going to the daily time frame on BTC. We are kind of trading. I will adjust this actually, no, I don't want to adjust that unless we kind of adjust here. Yeah, here we go. That makes a little bit more sense. That'll be a little bit clearer on the 4-hour time frame. We go look at this. We are kind of trading in a falling wedge pattern. So obviously I like falling wedges. I like to trade the breakouts from falling wedges, but I'm not super eager to do so right now. We saw Bitcoin on the daily just pop back up to the top of this range and run into rejection. Today's basically been a sell-off. You know, this morning everyone was like, oh my God, it's happening. Oh my God, it's happening. Bitcoin's breaking out again. Come on, man. Like, stop it. On the daily time frame, of course, TSI has flipped bearish. RSI has flipped bearish. We did have volatility crush. Volatility is not reset yet. So I'm not really seeing any real setups on the daily time frame. I will look to do a major moving average bounce trade down here at 58,000 if we can get a decent closure. And right now, overall, I'm just concerned with looking for shorts. As I said in yesterday's show, today's daily candle did give you that amazing opportunity. Price coming right back up to the top of the range, giving you that reshort opportunity. Yesterday, I did talk about, you know, I also did talk about seeing if we got some liquidity runs above, basically above these two candle highs right here, around 69,000 is where I was really looking. 69,000 to 70,000 is kind of what I was talking about as far as the shorts go. In the copy trade account, we were able to successfully close out, as I said, that nice BTC USDT short that we took. We made about $1,150 on that trade. And then yesterday we just took a long on Arbitrum, which is played out. We are currently long on Link, Optimism, and we are currently short on XRP. Obviously that Optimism trade from yesterday. But yes, we don't have any daily signals right now. We are above the 55 exponential moving average, so we are not looking for trending shorts because we're not in a bear market, so we're not really interested in trending shorts. We're interested now in primary signals or continuation signals. So as far as the daily is concerned, I don't really see a setup presenting itself unless price goes sideways and then goes to breakout. And the next really opportunity I see is buying the dip down at about 58,000 just for the trade back up to the 21 EMA, mind you. And if that fails, then looking for purchasing down here at about 45. On the 4-hour time frame, again, as we can see here, let's get rid of our EMAs here real quick. Again, we can see kind of price trading in this falling wedge. And we do kind of have an interesting setup here, right? We do have, like, this is the time to be doing this kind of falling wedge breakout trade because we've got, you know, confirmation that this is a falling wedge with multiple tests on our channel here. And then we have this nice breakout. And what do we have right now? We have a, this is a BPR. This is a break, pullback, retest is what BPR stands for. Hey, Eth1. Hey, Esther Crypto. Good to see you guys. And this is typically where we would enter. This is the exact same setup that we looked for. This is the exact same setup that we looked for and successfully traded on Arbitrum yesterday on the 4-hour time frame. So we're probably going to take this trade to keep in line with everything that we've been talking about. And as I've said, kind of where is our target area upon trading a falling wedge? Well, typically you're going to do a fib of the entire range and you want to target 382618 as I have been taught and told. So for this particular trade, we're probably going to be targeting just the 618. We could also target mid-range, would be completely fine, like 67,000. And that's probably what I would recommend for me, since I'll be doing this in the copy trade account. I have restrictions, so I can only take one TP. So I think I'm just going to take this trade as it appears. I'm going to target the 618. And I'm going to manage risk here. Yeah, I mean, that's the way to do it. If we get throwback, then it's just a failed trade. So we're going to take this position. And basically, we're going to look to see if we can pop up out of this falling wedge, come up here to the $69,000, $70,000 price area that I was talking about. And then there we will potentially look to load up shorts. All right, so first thing we got to do, we're going to use the Tracking Cryptocurrency Position Size Calculator. This is a tool that all premium members get access to help calculate out their position size. We're just going to put in our account balance, which we have grown from 3,500 to 4,700 over the last couple of weeks. We're going to take 2% risk. And our entry price is going to be about 65,416. And our stop loss would be at 63,755. $3,700 position size. And we're going to put our stop loss at 63,755. And we're going to put our take profit at 68,830. Okay. All right. So we do have that position open now. Life's good. Okay. You don't like that trade? Yeah. We're going to find out. By the way, I played back the video yesterday and I didn't really hear the music. Can you guys hear the music? Is the music okay? Yeah, so this area right here. This area, this, okay, good. I'm glad you guys hear the music. All right. Maybe I just forgot to turn it on yesterday. This zone right here, I've marked off as a liquidation zone resistance. If you guys are familiar with the process that we were doing, we were kind of looking for trades on the lower time frames, just kind of looking for those bounces between liquidation zones, which is, of course, a valid strategy. Here, I'm just identifying this as a low volume node. And my experience is telling me that this is where stop losses are. All right. Anybody who's shorted here is likely putting their stop losses here. And so it would make sense to me for price to go there for liquidity's purposes. So I'd like to see something like, so we've had this falling wedge breakout. I'd like to see basically, price make its way up here, consolidate for a little bit. And then I'd like to see, obviously nothing goes straight down like that, but that's kind of that's kind of what I'm picturing in my head. All right. Now, obviously, if price gets up here and hangs out, then we start looking at something slightly different and we start to wait for that like 4-hour or 1-hour volatility crush. And we try to get into any potential breakout to the upside and continuation like immediately. Right. Because at that point, here's the thing. You have to listen. We can't be perfect and we can't correctly catch everything. All right. That's not how trading works. Like being a professional trader doesn't mean that you just like suddenly know what all the winning trades are. No. Somebody who's been doing this for, 20 years, has the same has the same ability to determine ahead of time whether their trade will be a success or a loss as somebody who's only been trading for a day. You will never know. You can't predict the future, right? You could have the best possible setup, and then for whatever reason, Korea decides to wake up that day and they're like, we don't like Bitcoin anymore. We're going to sell it all. Right. So every moment in the market is unique. And all you do as a trader is you focus on identifying some system, some strategy, some process that helps you take more winning trades than losing trades, helps reduce the amount of losses when you do take losing trades, and ideally helps you accentuate or maximize to the best of your ability the profits on winning trades. And if you can just do that with a higher than 50% win rate, there you go. And you got to love it. You got to love it. Everybody thinks like trading is like fun. It's one of the most boring jobs. Right. Yes to crypto. Cool. Let's talk about this. Yes. I talked about this yesterday in yesterday's stream, but I'll just re-mention it today. So I am a bit of an idiot. All right. So let's just call this my fault because it is my fault. The membership tiers that were set up here in YouTube were set up a long time ago. And, I just kind of barreled into this like new campaign where it's like, oh, let's do channel members and let's give them access to stuff in the Discord. Right. So I started, promoting that like, about a month ago, and we got up to like 50 channel members, and that was amazing. That was awesome. But, the problem is in YouTube's backend in the partner program, I can set like what the levels are, what their membership privileges are, and what their prices are. But once you lock a tier in, you can't edit it, right? Your only option is to make a new tier or delete the old tier. So the tiers that we had were not in line with my vision. And so I had to make new tiers to be in line with my vision. And when I was doing all this, I didn't really mean to, but I deleted all the existing tiers thinking that they would just like transfer over. They don't transfer over. So everyone who bought a membership within the last 30 days or whatever got a refund on their membership. And yes, we basically do have to start over. Unfortunately, people did lose their 27 months, but this was going to happen anyways, because at some point we were going to have to redo the tiers, and moving from one tier to the other, like automatically loses like your count. So it sucks. I know that that's going to disappoint some people. Some people had racked up some good numbers there, but we have the new tiers now. So if you guys want to continue to support us with, how we're moving forward with everything, you guys can do so by getting one of the new memberships. So they're all available. We've got 3 different memberships available. We've got 3 tiers available. We have the $5 tier, which will get you access into the members lounge, our private chat. And then for the individuals interested in signals, we have the signal seeker tier, which will give you access to our junior analyst Shiris's channel. He's absolutely amazing. And then the crypto conqueror tier, which is $50 a month, will give you access to all 3 signal channels, mine, Reflex's, and Shiris's in the Discord, as well as access to everybody gets access to the members lounge. So if you guys want to come share alpha, have a nice exclusive community where you guys can meet other individuals who are trading like you are, who are analyzing like you are, to share insights, alpha, highs and lows. You guys want to become a member. There are other ways to join basically our premium in Discord as well, of course, because we're transitioning what we currently call premium over to Kajabi to have a more exclusive membership experience for those members. And I'll be rolling that out next week. I'll be working on that next week. Okay. All right, so I think we're kind of done here with BTC USDT as far as the 4-hour goes. So we do have a nice 4-hour setup. We have an hourly setup here too as well that we could have taken. And interesting here on the hourly, if we go look at absolutely nailing these. Fantastic. Time transformation too. Oh, it's doing this to me. So silly. I am cracking cryptocurrency. I believe I have access to use my own script. Excuse me. Oh my. Hey, what's going on? Yes to crypto. Appreciate you, man. You will enjoy Shiris' Signal channel. He posts every single day. And he focuses on the lower time frames on altcoins usually. But he has a insanely high hit rate. So you will be quite happy with your decision. Thank you, sir. All right. Man, what's going on with trading view today? All right, so I do want to talk. I do want to talk a lot about Ethereum, of course, because we have seen. Let's go look at DeFi Llama for this. Yeah, so we have seen a big surge of. We have seen a big surge since the Dencun upgrade of TVL into Ethereum layer 2s like Arbitrum, Optimism, Starknet, and Base. With Base showing the highest growth of TVL locked. You can see that on the weekly change, it is one of the only chains that is reporting net inflows. All right, net inflows into Base chain. And Base chain is... Base chain is kind of exploding, right? So there's this idea of meme coin mania, and that meme coin mania shifting from Solana, which of course has been blowing up, onto Base. All right, so this is exactly why, and I talked about this, of course, in yesterday's coaching session with all our premium clients, when I talked about why I was holding some of my pulse chain positions open, because we don't have confirmation yet that price is going to be bearish. We're still early days, tentative, tiptoeing into, are we going to get a big move to the downside? Okay. We're all on board with, hey, we've got the halving coming up. This is going to be good. We are going to break out above this all-time high. And we really only need to look at one chart to kind of understand Bitcoin's trajectory. This is something I look at a lot. This is a very simple chart. This is from Capriol Investments, and this is the Bitcoin power law corridor. And we can just see how accurately this has predicted all the previous rallies. All right. And essentially where we're coming up to now so we're still in the accumulation phase of BTC for this indicator. All right. We came up, hit resistance, pulled back. All right. All just like that. Yeah, he's good. He's good. When he's imagine when he reaches his final form. His final form will be unstoppable. It's completely unstoppable. So, yeah, I want to talk about Ethereum, and I want to talk about Ethereum-related things. So we look at the Bitcoin power law corridor. We can see that we have quite a potential bull market ahead of us, right? Bitcoin could potentially 3x in this cycle up to 286,000. Of course, we do have a pretty firm profit target of about 125,000 to 150 that we've derived from multiple things. Oh, and I also want to show you guys just a sneak peek of something that I'm working on here. Here we go. All right, so this is I'm putting together a Bitcoin analog model in Google Sheets. All right, a lot of people don't know where to get started with like creating their own dashboards or performing their own analysis, and the problem with like kind of going to these web apps all the time, like even like TradingView or any of these websites, is that it's just so much to like keep track of, and certainly working in Google Sheets doesn't necessarily solve that problem, and sometimes it can exacerbate that problem. But building your own things is fun and nice. So all I've done here is I have pulled in via CoinGecko's free API. I've pulled in all the daily closing prices for Bitcoin, and I specifically pulled in 3 different rallies. I pulled in the current rally starting in November of 2022. So just marked where the bottom of the market was. So I've got the current rally here, and then I've got the 2018 to 2021 rally, and then I've got the 2015 to 2017 rally. And then what I did is I want to overlay them on top of one another. But if I were to do that, the absolute prices would not allow them to overlay. So I've got to normalize the data. So first off, I normalized the data by calculating out the daily returns. So, and this is just the difference in price from one day to another. And that didn't really give me what I wanted. It was kind of all over the place. And so I consulted ChatGPT, and ChatGPT told me that I should use cumulative returns instead. So I calculated out their cumulative returns and then created this time, or this step counter for it's called days since start, but basically just how many days into the rally did they last, so that we could normalize all the data to a consistent x-axis. And then I was able to just use the simple charting function to not only lay out these charts of the 2020-2024 bull market, the 2018 to 2021 bull market, and the 2015 to 2017 bull market. Then I was actually able to overlay them on top of one another. Now, I'm not there yet because I want to zoom into the chart and everything. But where I am hoping to get with this over the next couple of days that I experiment with this is that I want to line these up perfectly and basically have a decent roadmap for how price has gone, because I've seen a similar model overlaid to 2017 from other analysts. And when you look at what they post on Twitter, for example, you're like, oh my God, we're like going along perfectly with the rally. But I don't like to believe that stuff. Like when somebody tells me some data, I like to go out and verify the data for myself. So, it's very easy to post, it's very easy to post. You can see the blue is the current rally. It comes out to about here. Let me zoom in there for you guys so you guys can see that. So we've got the current rally in the blue. We've got the 2017 bull market in yellow, and we've got the 2021 bull market in red. All right. So as you can see, just as far as time horizon alone, we've still got a long way to go in this bull market. All right, guys, a long way to go in this bull market. We're still in the accumulation phase relative to other bull markets. So yeah, man, I'll take a look at OP for you, especially since I am long on it. So that's a little bit, I just want to share that with you guys, and you guys can build these things yourself, right? Like the thing is, go get yourself a ChatGPT subscription. And when you come across something interesting, either a chart someone's posted or an idea, like just go in and start asking ChatGPT like what this data is and what you can do with it. And you'll be pretty amazed at the stuff that you can start building, and then you'll have a skill that you could actually take somewhere else, right? So, oftentimes as traders, we kind of have this conversation. I've talked to so many traders, all my friends are traders, and we kind of, there's like this idea among traders, like who do this for a living. They're like, oh my God, yeah, like I have a job and I'm making money and everything as a trader, but like, man, if I lose the ability to make money trading, like I am completely useless. I am not trained in any skill. I have no job, I have no fallback job. So this is a pretty common fear, this is like peering behind the dark underbelly of what it really means to be a trader. You know what I mean? So it's not all sexy. And so this is why I always advocate, right? Like learn skills along the way that are tangential to trading, that can complement your trading, but that, God forbid you could apply and dive into, right? So for me, I've chosen programming, data analysis, right? These are skills that you can apply to other aspects of your life that you can use to improve your trading. And that God forbid you for some reason, you just lose the sauce. You could, potentially turn that into a career. So, okay. So we talked about this. Let's talk about Ethereum Bitcoin, because I think that we have, mail modeling, you know what I mean? Like that's definitely my side gig. You know what I mean? You can see, this is my cover shot, my mail modeling primary photo. So I've worked real hard on this pose. You know what I mean? There we go. Sorry. All right. So obviously, we can see from Ethereum that Ethereum's had a pretty significant drop relative to Bitcoin. Ethereum has put in this 25% drop. We have come back down into this previous demand zone. 80% Justin. Got the big brain. All right. You guys make this one of the funnest jobs. But let's talk about Ethereum on the weekly. Ethereum on the weekly is on the verge of having weekly swing longs closed. All right, weekly swing longs closed. All right. Ethereum did signal to go re-long all the way back here on the close of February 5th. And, you know, again, closing out positions right now on Ethereum is a 37% locked in profit on the weekly time frame, more with leverage, of course. We're no longer in redline volatility, so we had already taken profits once Ethereum volatility redlined right here on this weekly candle. We had already closed about 50% out on the weekly Ethereum swing longs. So we are still swing long on Ethereum, right? We have not gotten the exit signal on the weekly. We are still holding that positional trade. And we're just chilling right now, right? Ethereum could continue here. Ethereum could also be kind of setting up for more of a decline, but I don't really think so, to be quite honest with you guys. You guys know that I did a big relative value trade. And that is based off the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, all right? The Ethereum Bitcoin chart. Now, the Ethereum Bitcoin chart has come down to a level of support that I think is significantly critical. And I am eyeing this very carefully because I am of the opinion that this is pretty much the bottom for the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio for the year. That's my opinion. All right. And because of that, when price came into this range, I converted a lot of my Bitcoin for Ethereum. All right. Now, we have a lot of negative sentiment and news coming out about Ethereum. All right. One, you know, obviously everybody was like, oh, Ethereum. And then the Dencun upgrade happened. And then all of a sudden the sentiment shifted into, well, you know, like the Dencun upgrade doesn't actually like really like help like Ethereum out. Like mostly helps out like layer twos and blah, blah. So like Ethereum's not look good. And so that's the like, so like almost overnight, like whipsaw, the conversation changed from like Ethereum to, oh, no, like not Ethereum. And then after that, then we started getting all of this pessimism about the Ethereum ETF application, right? Culminating with like Bloomberg's ETF analysts. I mean, they are known for accurately, the Bloomberg ETF analysts were, you know, kind of got some clout because they accurately predicted the BTC ETF approval, but they have recently turned bearish on the likelihood of Ethereum ETF approval by the SEC, right? And the main reason they are saying that we will likely not get an approval is that there is a lack of engagement on, there's a lack of engagement from the SEC to the applicants for the Ethereum ETF, okay? The broader market sentiment on the approval of Ethereum ETFs by the end of May has also become pessimistic. Prediction markets like Polymarket are only pricing in a 14% chance. All right. And then there are reports emerging about the Ethereum Foundation receiving a confidential inquiry from an unspecified state authority, leading to speculation about involvement from Swiss authorities and the SEC, particularly about the Ethereum ETF approval process. And Fortune Crypto reported yesterday that the SEC has been issuing subpoenas to crypto companies for information on their interactions with the Ethereum Foundation. The idea there is that potentially they're out to classify Ethereum as a security. But here's the thing, guys. One, receiving regulatory inquiries is fairly common for cryptocurrency foundations. And the idea that anyone contacting the Ethereum Foundation with any information about the SEC approval process for the Ethereum ETF is highly speculative. I think this is a great chart. Yeah, I think Ethereum Bitcoin is a great chart. And I think that the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio will kind of play this out. So we'll just keep our eyes on this very closely. Bitcoin getting some decent little sell pressure there. Wow, we just chunked down from 65,700 to 65,400, like lickety split. That was fast. That's super fast. Ton of liquidations just came in. Now a little bounce. With regards to Bitcoin ETF flows, guys, we are still bearish. Okay. Even though sorry, this is our third consecutive day of net outflows. So as of yesterday, we had $261.65 million in net outflows. Of course, Grayscale being the lion's share of that, $386 million in outflows from Grayscale. And we can see that the inflows to the other Ethereum, to the other Bitcoin ETFs have dropped dramatically. I mean, look at this like rising volume and look at the exact fall off. So earlier I tweeted at the Defiant News because they put out this article saying that institutions are still buying. Right here, here's the article from the Defiant, where they say that institutions accumulate Bitcoin despite recent market volatility. And the only data that they have in here is 2 anecdotal comments from investors saying that, yes, certainly they're investing in Bitcoin. That's not data, right? This is data, right? We can see negative ETF outflows, all right? Institutions are not necessarily buying the dip, all right? Certainly not with the fervor that they were over here when they were buying the peak, right? Institutions are not buying the dip nearly at all. Apologies, 1 second, guys. Okay. All right, where were we? Yeah, so anyways, all that to say, a lot of negative sentiment around Ethereum, and that is usually when you want to be a buyer, when there's negative sentiment. So we'll see. We'll see. It's always a fine line, right? Like, okay, you know, generally like is negative sentiment is typically very bullish at bottoms. You know what I mean? If we look at the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio, very bottomy, right? At the same time, we typically don't like to see consolidation at bottoms, but we shall see. Time will play out. For now, I retain my conviction for the Ethereum Bitcoin relative value trade. We still have 2 months. We still have 2 months until the Ethereum ETF application decisions. And as you guys know, things can change on a dime in cryptocurrency. Here we go. Why? We really need... Man, I'll tell you what, VixFix is a lot better than Isn't it though? Because that like started firing there, started firing here. So I need to sync these up. I definitely need to sync these up. For now, though. Huh. Oh, I see. Let's just get rid of it for a second. Yeah, that seems fine. I don't really think we need this. Use time transformation and BBWP. Yeah. Yeah. I'm okay with that. Okay, sorry about that. Let's throw on. Yeah, that's normie. Yeah, let's do PTP basic. Daily time frame. And now let's go look for our assets. Like I said, we already covered Bitcoin and we already covered Ethereum. Solana. Okay. Okay. Solana on the daily time frame, of course, redlined in volatility, has had a nice pullback to the EMA 21. First, we always talk about, this wasn't a very clean one, or, even really a potential trade because we didn't actually come down and touch the EMA 21. But we came down to the vicinity of the EMA 21. We bounced and we've rejected. This chart is looking very similar to the Bitcoin chart as well, with a peak and a pullback. I would expect to see slightly lower prices on Solana with how it's overperformed recently. So overall, I'd look to be ultimately a buyer on Solana down at 134.36.2, around $134, which is equivalent to another decline of about 25%. So I could see Solana dropping about another 25%. Of course, if we're very bullish, then we would look for about 160 to act as support for Solana. But we did get positions closed on this bearish candle after entries here. All right, so that was our daily swing strategy. So daily positions on Solana are closed. Again, we're coming out of a season, or we're coming out of basically the last couple of weeks here, guys, of holding like really nice swing positions. And so there's not much for us to do. Like I'm not hungry for new trades. I'm happy to just like count my money and relax and wait for the next setups, which might take a couple of weeks to generate. You know what I mean? In either direction. So it's all good. It's all good. Arbitrum is looking like a pretty decent opportunity here. We'll see this more clearly on something. We have pulled back the 200 exponential moving average, and that is typically always when we want to buy on these. Yeah. This is exactly as I marked out yesterday. This is the trade that we took yesterday. Thanks for the sub, Mihai. Hopefully I pronounced your name correctly. But this is exactly the kind of setups. This is exactly the trade that I took yesterday. I longed Arbitrum yesterday on the breakout of this on this descending channel. And we came up and hit the 382. It's just a beautiful take profit target, and we've pulled back from that a little bit. As long as price can kind of hang above the 200, we could probably get an immediate bounce back up to retest our EMA clusters at 187. But the other possibility, and what can often happen too, is that price can just consolidate around the EMA 200 for quite a while. All right, so I'm open to that. I'm open to that, especially if the rest of the market does take a little bit of a hit. We'll probably consolidate underneath the EMA 200 for a little bit. So again, we've got that kind of nice. Let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. Again, we had the nice falling wedge breakout and pull back, which is where we entered, and then rally up to RTP. And so right now, I'm non-committal. I'm very non-committal on long positions right now. I'm more interested in downside protection. Of course, I'll take longs when and if they appear. But I do see a possibility for ARB to trade higher, potentially up to this EMA cluster, like I said, of about $1.90. All right. Optimism I am long on. Bottom feeder was scaling into this optimism position right here, coming down to the vicinity of the 200. So just buying this EMA cluster basically right here. Ultimately looking for price to go to 387 on this swing long. Now, SUI is actually kind of interesting here. SUI did generate acting as a level of resistance, and it is now ideally going to be acting as a level of support. So SUI does look good for continuation to the long side here. All right, we did get that nice trending signal. Let's see here. Entries right now, we'd be looking at TPs at like 203, 244, 285. And the strategy is recommending to manage risk at $1.41. I would probably be managing risk with a soft stop loss. Any close below $1.60, I would be getting out of the position because that would be throwback back down below. Pull back down to like, the 170s to 160 is fine. But we don't want to be seeing any. Let's see what a $1,000 rally looks like. It looks like that. OPSL. Bottom feeder has the stop loss for optimism at $2.79 per time frame. Just breaking out of this falling wedge. Falling wedge, breakout, pullback, retest. So I am long on Chainlink here. When you're in the alt meme section, let's do Degen, please, and COQ. Yep, absolutely, my friend. We got to kind of get to it because we only got 10 minutes left in the stream. It seems so short, too. It's because I lowered my chair. And we're back. Okay. I don't think that's spelled right. Maybe it is spelled right. What? Yeah, like that little lever that's on the side of your, like office chairs that you can pull to like lower the chair down. Man. Because this is how I like to sit. Okay. Like cross-legged, right? So I like to sit in my chair. Like with both legs up, basically in lotus. YouTube is lagging. Let me check my... email. You're right. I am dropping frames for some reason. I don't know why. Huh. That's weird. I don't know. Oh, it's starting. It's happening. It's begun. That's right. Oh, man. We got the memberships coming in. Oh, man. Yes to Crypto with the 5 gifties. Oh, my dude. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, man. Finally, Alexander Pearson becomes a member of the YouTube channel by force. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I always appreciate your generous support. You guys are the reason I continue to do this. Thank you so much, man. All right, we will be extending the stream by 30 minutes. So we are going to go into, let's see, like 220, 250, about 250, we'll probably go to about 3 o'clock my time. So that'd be about fight yet. PTC position is in profit. XRP short, not so much. And OP and Link are recovering. So yeah, we just had a little bit of a pullback there. So life's good. All right, so I'm liking it. All right, so here's our get rid of this. Yeah, here's just our there's a 4-hour trade, but here's our 4-hour setup. You can see it with a little bit more granularity on the hourly. Guys, you know, listen, like, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but I've really enjoyed trading these falling wedge patterns lately. They've been very pleasant. They've had a good high probability of success. Yes, my internet does. Okay, what were we talking about just a second ago? Oh, we were kind of going down through the altcoins. So let's finish up with this. Let's finish up with our daily scan, and then we'll do DGen, we'll do COQ. Okay, so we already talked about Link, same thing, falling wedge, breakout, falling wedge, taking the trade. BNB, identical setup, right? Now, I didn't take BNB out there because I like Link more. And when I, in all my back tests, I'm more successful trading Link than trading BNB. So that's just, you know, when you do the work to determine that, hey, I make more money trading Link than BNB, then you're going to trade Link, right? So okay. Matic. Yeah, Matic looks kind of similar to Arbitrum and Optimism here. You know, again, it's had a nice pullback, but all of these, here's the thing, you know, assuming that we don't get something like massive downside on Bitcoin or Ethereum, and assuming this is just a little bit of a pullback and we aren't going to see 50K, if we don't see 50K, right, then, I mean, this is the pullback to buy probably, right? I still think it's a little early to like buy the dip across the board, but you know, if we look at all the chains that should directly benefit from Ethereum's Dencun upgrade, Matic is on there. Right? Matic as an Ethereum layer 2 should benefit. So anyways, you guys can see the EMA 55 bounce trade right there. Beautiful. We've broken down below the 55, re-back tested the 55 as resistance now. At this point in time, basically, we don't have a trending trade. We do have redlined volatility here on the daily. So we could be anticipating a reversal in Matic to the upside over the next couple of days. Again, with the redline volatility. So I would definitely probably be a buyer on Matic at, or, you know, down here at the EMA 200, and then be looking for that bounce potentially up to the EMA 21 at $1.06. You can see that kind of bounce on Matic. And then we just wait to see, like, you know, if the market overall is going to trend to the downside, we're going to have a lot of assets break the EMA 200. Luke, you're a Dodger, man. Got Dodgers in the chat. Dodging the gifts. Luke, make sure, by the way, it's you have to go into your in YouTube, you have to go, you click where it says like become a member, right? And then just there's a setting there that's like accept gifted memberships, right? So just make sure you turn that on, and you guys can and you get gifts. If you don't have that turned on, you won't get a gifted membership when people gift away memberships. Felipe, listen, any support that you guys provide is always much appreciated. We do fund the YouTube channel, of course, with the income that we get from advertisements and channel memberships. And of course, channel membership income took a big hit, but I will be happy to do a degen analysis for you, my friend. And yeah, I'll make it a little beefy. I will do my best. We'll look at it from a couple different angles. And yeah, so Matic is coming into like buy the dip territory. Might be a little premature now, especially because we've just back tested the EMA 55 as resistance. So again, seeing if prices can get down here to, you know, the 87.92 area, and then maybe getting that bounce up to $1.06 would be the way to trade it. ApeCoin, again, similarly, we've got this. Okay, XRP I shorted today, and I want to tell you guys why. Let's go down to the hourly. Hopefully this will make a little bit more sense. So XRP similarly trading in this nice kind of like falling wedge pattern. But XRP has this, see, XRP is a very interesting cryptocurrency to trade. You know, there is this idea, hey, Kaitar, it's good to see you, man. But I saw you sell a service on your website. I would like that service to be a 5-minute a day analysis. Oh, so you would like to contract me to do a 5-minute analysis of degen every single day? Yeah, I mean, whatever you get. Listen, whatever you guys want to contribute is fine. I know that we've got some guys from Farcaster on here, and Yes to Crypto is very generous with his gifts. So I don't see any reason to, yeah, whatever you guys want to give is completely fine. I don't mind analyzing degen. And I don't mind necessarily doing it every day. Anyways, XRP is a very interesting asset to trade because if you look at correlation coefficients, which again, correlation coefficients, let's talk about correlation coefficients. You guys should be building your own cryptocurrency correlation coefficient. All right. Very easy to build correlation coefficients. It's very easy to pull data from APIs and just pull all this data in and do your calculations. All right. This is kind of how, I mean, I'm not telling you that if you start getting into this nerdy math stuff, you're going to make more money. I'm not saying that, but I'm not saying that. That's what I'm saying. Like when you develop the skills to perform your own analysis, to form your own understandings of things, when you actually go get a grounding in the fundamentals of statistics, of data analysis, you know, you can do a lot of things. So all that to say, when you look at the correlation coefficients for something like XRP, big pumps out of nowhere and then selling off. These big pumps out of nowhere and then selling off. All right. Am I really getting rugged by my ISP right now, guys? I'm sorry, man. I don't know what's going on with the data connection today. Yeah, we normally never have any issues with our stream quality. So I really do apologize, guys, if the viewing experience today is lackluster. Let's blame YouTube, guys. No, we love YouTube. YouTube's a great platform. Okay. Yeah, so XRP is kind of famous for doing these like pump and dumps. So basically it's just the setup I targeted here. Like we already hit the profit target for the falling wedge breakout here. We have a lower high. And so actually, you know, we could kind of connect this nice, basically this nice descending pattern here as well. We do have this descending trend line. And again, as you guys know, as a trader, I prefer people focus on purely systemic strategies. But there is a purpose to marking up your chart, and it is to give you invalidation lines, right? It's to give you a game plan. You know what I mean? Okay, we're not going to set the static stop loss that's just going to get hunted. We're going to make the decision to close this trade if a candle closes above this trend line, for example, right? It's never fun taking a loss, okay? It's never fun taking a loss. But it is prudent to take a loss to prevent further or greater loss. Okay? All right? It's okay to be wrong. Bought ICP last night, sold it all, and rebought it. Nice, dude. It is, yeah. Thursday is a bit of a lackluster day. It's not hump day. We're over the hump, but are we over the hump? Are we really over the hump? All right. Aptos on the daily time frame has actually not broken the bullish trend whatsoever. Has been, and we got back in here and closed here. All right, so nice win, small loss, and we don't get into this trade because TSI is crossed under. So TSI is suggesting that you be out of Aptos right now. Listen, I did analyze GUI on Aptos a while ago. I'll take a look at it here in a second. Kind of the meme coin on Aptos that everybody was pretty excited about. And, you know, meme coins have a shelf life, you know what I mean? But, you know, it is meme coin season, so. Cardano is looking very similar to things like Arbitrum and Optimism here. Pretty nice pullback, but we just did back test the 55 as resistance. So I'm not super eager to buy the Cardano dip yet. Dogecoin, here we have a beautiful reversal baseline bounce setup, right? Boom, probably hitting that 1 ATR almost immediately. So just beautiful setup. I wouldn't, again, I'm never very grandiose with looking for these big profit targets on these, you know, these baseline bounces. Okay. It's always just 1 ATR profit target, right? Get in and get out, get your profits, very much like bottom feeder. Yeah. I don't really have anything to say about Dogecoin. I'm not a buyer here. Maybe we form something like a descending trend line. Maybe we form a falling wedge. That would be interesting. Nothing yet. Sorry, guys. This next buy zone, probably around 9 cents. Return to the EMA 200, which would be equivalent to a 35% drop in Dogecoin's price. So that's pretty significant. DOT, very similar setup here. Here's that reversal baseline bounce. Okay. Price touches down on the 55, bounces up. I'd be out of this. In and out. Next level of support for DOT is 22% down at $7.88. Uniswap, again, guys, listen, like here's that beautiful EMA 55 bounce, right? Price comes down to the 55, taps it, bounces up. Hits the 21 as resistance. Close the trade, get out. Bitcoin Cash, EMA 55 bounce, beautiful thing to see. Filecoin, EMA 55. Guys, listen, are you watching? Do you see this? You see this? You still don't have a trading strategy yet. What are you doing? 1 second, guys. All right. Axie Infinity. Here's another 55 EMA bounce. Maker USDT is pretty interesting here. So the strategy would have suggested an inch off a little bit of profit, but we don't actually get the signal to close the trade until here. It's a nice 14%er, and we were able to peel off profits at 17%. And then RSI is overbought on any of these candles. So, you know, we typically like to peel off profits on overbought too. So just anyway, always taking profits on nice big green candles, guys. Always taking profits on nice big green candles. So just, yeah, beautiful, beautiful opportunity here. We are not yet getting a reentry signal on port for Ethereum. It's about 20% down at about $24. Phantom. Is it me or is the stream? Is this better? Apologies for that. Yeah, it seems like we're just getting... I haven't gotten any... Oh, whoops. Not that. Yeah, I don't know what is going on with my stream today. I'm getting all kinds of alerts. Apologies, guys. Apologies. Internet's just not good today. All right, Phantom USDT is has been doing really, really well. Phantom, listen, we even got an entry all the way back over here, as I talked about, and then exited, back in, exited. And then TSI finally got us out here. So we missed this last little leg. And then it did suggest a reentry on yesterday's candle. So pretty dangerous. Not going to lie, pretty dangerous, but chasing those highs is always dangerous. I don't really have any advice on FTM right now. Hold positions. Bias to the long side. DideX is in a buy zone coming down to the EMA 200. EOS, beautiful 55 bounce on EOS. VeChain. You know what I'm probably going to do? Kind of want to focus on the major coins for our analysis. So like, what are the coins that I really like trading? Well, I really like trading Solana, Arbitrum, Phantom, Optimism, Soup. I like trading Matic more than BNB. And I like trading XRP. And do I actually trade any of these? I mean, not really. I feel like Maker though is like worth analyzing from time to time. All these other ones though, I'm not really sure I see the point of them. VeChain's probably pretty good. We can focus on VeChain. But I just don't want to be like doing this analysis on coins that aren't relatively important. And the more we contract our list, the more better data we can get. All right. All right, let's get into some Degen DeFi stuff. All right, I'm holding a lot of pulse chain positions. All of them are, you know. All right, holding ZKZX. Holding Blastar. Holding DAI. Narrative on DAI is that we go to parity. And holding loan. Let's go VeChain. Everybody likes themselves a little bit of VeChain. Been a long time holder. We'll continue to hold. Let it go to $1. Hey, man. Let's get it. All right, let's see if Dex Screener has fixed Degen. Nope. Still the COQ wrapped AVAX chart. It just blows my mind. All right, so let's start off with COQ. Why is this? This is a lot. What is going on here? Okay, well, so far COQ is respecting the squiggly line analysis. All right. I mean, this is basically exactly what we said, right? Like, it's kind of scary. Listen, I don't like to, I don't want to do the show like that, but like, I'm just saying, like, everything I've said about COQ, has happened. All right. Everything I've said about COQ has happened. All right. We have an ascending broadening wedge, AKA bullish megaphone, chart structure here that we're trading into, that COQ has respected. All right. That COQ has respected. All right. So let's update our analysis here. Let's draw a new squiggly line. Sure. And we basically, we're trading into. All right. COQ is trading in a falling wedge inside a bullish megaphone, which is pretty cool. So we are looking for breakouts. Right now, the breakout zone is kind of what we're aiming to get to at. 4708, 4700 is really the breakout zone right now. We have achieved the pullback target, all right, on the COQ rally, because we traded above the bullish megaphone, came all the way down to the the ascending trend line for support, the diagonal support line. So that was our original pullback target at 40, basically at 4,000. All right, we've hit that. Price is respecting this descending channel. All right, so I would not really suggest anything right now. All we're watching for on COQ is to see if we can get a breakout, right? And if we do get a breakout, then we can trade the breakout by, of course, bidding to the long side, and then basically just managing that. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I can see that we're just getting a lot of buffering right now. I apologize. I got airdropped some IQ50 token because I pre-ordered the new Solana phone. The chart is telling. Yeah, man. People have to get the IQ50, you know what I'm saying? TJ will start supporting meme coin staking next week too, so I expect some more buying and stashing. Or yeah, COQ starts staking next week. Yep. So that's incentive for long-term holders. So that's incentive for holders to hold. It's also incentive for buyers. So if we have that little bit of fundamental analysis on there, so we do have a potential catalyst that could lead to supply getting locked up and more individuals wanting to buy. So we have that kind of catalyst on the horizon. We have a reason. We have something that we can believe in for price to move. Yeah, clearly. Yeah, YouTube is out to get me right now, man. So with that catalyst, we also have a decent setup here, right? We also have a decent setup. So I would be watching for that breakout on COQ above 4,700. I think that would be even a good alert to set. Going over 4,700. Then I might get into the COQ mania myself. We've accomplished the pullback target. The next target on the horizon is, of course, just to return to the all-time high of 64.24 on COQ. And then, of course, we do have a very good setup for COQ. COQ is looking good. If we do fail, if we are unable to break out like today, tomorrow, then most likely COQ. That bad, huh? Sorry, guys. Hmm. All right, guys, listen, based on that, I'm seeing my stats right now. It's okay. All right. All right. Cool. All right, guys. All right, cool. Then let's get into, we've got about 7 minutes left in the stream. Let's get into degen analysis on Gecko Terminal. So we'll analyze degen on the base chain. This is looking very good for degen. Is this all-time high I'm seeing? It's too big. I just wish there was a way to make the chart bigger. All right, what do we got going on here? You said pull down. Ah, okay. That's about as good as we're gonna get. Okay. This is the daily chart we have here. Let's nice think about this for a second. I mean, it's been a good week for degen, huh? Oh, okay, cool. All right, good stuff, guys. I'm happy to see this, man. I'm happy to see this. So I had basically laid out 2 targets for the breakout of this falling wedge. And this isn't like the cleanest falling wedge I've ever drawn in my life, but we have to use what we have, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll take it. And those 2 targets was, of course, just a 1-to-1, looking for 67.24. And then the next target that I have is a 1.618 extension, and that's coming in around 10,487 sats. Or is it sats? I think that's dollars. I think this is in USD. Yeah, this is in USD. Okay. So let's go down to the 4-hour chart. Actually, hold on. Sorry, no. Let's stick to the daily and let's see what the indies are suggesting. Yeah, so life here is pretty good. You know, of course, we are overheated. The market is overbought. BBWP is very, very high, over the 100th percentile. But TSI wanted to go long on this trade on the 14th of March. So TSI would have, you know, successfully gotten you into this entire big breakout. I mean, beautiful thing, beautiful thing, beautiful thing. RSI confirms there. RSI does get kind of scared and punked out over here, but whatever. Yeah, listen, man, like with regards to the daily time frame, there's honestly not much more to say. We don't have a lot of the only thing like that we could potentially do, and I just don't, yeah, I don't really, it's not going to give us any relevant data. Yeah, I mean, we just relax, right? We've got upside profit targets. What are these for? These are to help us like know where to be taking some profits, all right? So we knew that taking profits at 67.24 was a good idea. Some at 10,000 is going to be a good idea. Some at 16,000 is going to be a good idea. And this is all just, you know, planning the trade and following the plan. When we have something basically kind of like a meme coin like this, that is, you know, getting a lot of, you know, community support, that is, you know, kind of has this whole this kind of whole ecosystem that goes along with it, not ecosystem, but social system that goes along with it. You know, listen, like meme coins are meme coins, right? You just got to hold and take profits on the way up, guys. Like taking profits on the way up, you know, because I've held a lot of great tokens. I've held a lot of great coins. I've been on a lot of great roller coaster rides myself. And, you know, said that's a penny, bro. And the musical chairs always stop at some point in time. So listen, enjoy the ride while it lasts. Degen, great coin. Let's go down to the 4 hour and see what the 4 hour is suggesting here. Yeah. So we had a long period of volatility crush. Basically, we can see how low BBWP gets in this consolidation range. And then we have just this beautiful, nice breakout of the descending trend line that we exactly as we talked about. Beautiful breakout. 4 hour TSI gives us the long signal there as well and catches this rally all the way up to here. And then let's see, we go into a phase of price discovery to the downside, come all the way back down, retest that EMA 200, and then we charge back above the 55 and 21, and we get another signal to long here. So we kind of missed these initial 4 hour movements, but we do catch this. So 4 hour TSI still wants you in the trade. We did just reach overbought. So 4 hour swings here, I would probably be out about 50%. And then I'd look to reposition again at a lower price. I mean, the 4 hour is pretty overextended here. We had some big volume swings that came in there. Yeah. Nice pullback, markup. Pullback targets right now. Bullish pullback targets probably 62.68 and 48.44 is where our 4 hour EMAs are coming in at. And we can see that they didn't get respected over here. So if we see them get respected now, that would be quite bullish, and we'd probably have continuation. When we see the EMAs, when we see that people actually respect where the EMAs are, it's typically good because it means buyers are waiting in the wings to buy up the asset on dips. And it looks like that's where traders are currently at with Degen. Also, yeah, and if we come down to the hourly's got a very nice uptrend right now. Hourly might even be going for a little bit more here, but this is weaker. We're seeing, but you know, this is a nice 3 white soldiers pattern. Typically what we want to see right before a breakout. So listen, I mean, to make everything simple, hold. You know what I mean? Hold and make sure that we took some profits here. Make sure we take some profits here. Make sure we take some profits here. All right? You guys got this. You guys got this. Degen to a penny. Let's do it. All right, guys. I realized that wasn't like the full. I mean, that was over 5 minutes on Degen. But there is like more that I'd like to cover on Degen. There is more analysis that we could do on Degen. Unfortunately, I can't pull up any of the sentiment stuff, but pretty soon I will enhance my education to the point where I can pull on-chain data directly myself. I'm not there yet, but that's something that I'm actively working on getting better at, and then I can have some little custom sheets, because I'd love to see like the holder distribution on Degen without having to go to Etherscan or Basescan. I would love to see the the transaction volume in USD on chain. I would love to see the the velocity of crypto. Thank you so much. Felipe, thank you for your requests. And of course, thank you to everybody who subscribed, liked the video. If you want to support this channel and everything that we do, make sure to smash the like button. It's the only way the YouTube algorithm notices us, and it does help people see the video who have never seen it before. So that can really help us out. If you're interested in joining the VIP community, getting access to our Signal and chat channels, then check out everything in the channel memberships. Become a YouTube channel member. And more information in the Discord, guys. We will be back tomorrow. Until then, trade safely and don't count your chips until they're cashed out. Cheers, guys.